What if the key to wealth and happiness wasn't some complicated secret, but actually a set of simple, fundamental principles? Well, today, we're breaking down a philosophy that has transformed countless lives, all built on the idea that success isn't about magic, it's about discipline and design. Let's dive in. So, all of our insights today are coming straight from this classic by Jim Rohn, a man who's often called America's foremost business philosopher, and for good reason. His journey from being flat broke and embarrassed to becoming a millionaire was built on the powerful, life-changing ideas we're about to unpack. So here's how we're going to break it all down for you. We'll start with the powerful story that kickstarted Ron's transformation. Then we'll unpack the 5 simple words that form his entire philosophy, do a deep dive into the strategies, and wrap up with the single most important question you can ask yourself.
Every great success story has a beginning, right? And for Jim Rohn, it actually started with failure. It was a moment of deep frustration that I think a lot of us can relate to. That feeling of working your tail off, but getting absolutely nowhere.
So picture this. He'd been working for 6 years, he was married, had a family, and was bursting with ambition. But his reality? It was grim. His weekly paycheck was a mere $57. He was just drowning in bills and felt like every promise he'd made to his family was just slipping through his fingers. He was putting in the effort, for sure, but he was on a fast track to ending up broke.
Then one day, a 10-year-old Girl Scout with big brown eyes knocks on his door selling cookies. The price was $2, and Jim Rohn, a working father, didn't have $2 to his name. The shame was just overwhelming.
So he did the only thing he could think of. He lied. He told her he'd already bought plenty of cookies. And after she left, he closed the door and made a promise to himself. That was it. That was the day he drew a line in the sand. It became the powerful why that fueled his decision to change everything.
And not long after, as luck would have it, he met a man named Earl Schoaf. Over the next 5 years, Schoaf became his mentor, and he taught him something crucial. The problem wasn't his intelligence or his work ethic. The problem was his philosophy. And that new philosophy was built on just a few simple, powerful ideas. So how did Schoaf totally change his thinking? Well, his entire framework really rests on a crystal clear understanding of 5 key words. Once you get these definitions, the strategies for success become incredibly obvious and intuitive. First up, fundamentals. Rohn learned that success isn't some exotic, magical thing. It's just the natural result of consistently applying the basics. Think about it like a farmer. You need soil, seed, and water. Every major achievement is built on what he called a half-dozen things that make all the difference.
Next up is wealth. Now, this isn't just about being a millionaire, even though that's a great goal. It's really about financial freedom, the freedom from pressure, the freedom to choose, and the opportunity to create and to share. It's about turning your effort into actual equity. Now this next one, happiness, is really interesting. Rohn didn't see it as a destination you arrive at, he saw it as a skill. It's a way of interpreting the world, of finding joy right here, right now. It's not something you chase, it's something you practice every day.
Okay, now we get to the absolute engine of this whole philosophy. Discipline. Ron calls it the bridge between your ideas and your results. It is the magic ingredient that turns inspiration into reality. See, failure isn't one big event. It's the result of tiny, daily failures in discipline. And success works the exact same way, just in reverse.
And finally, we have success. And this part is crucial. It's not about meeting society standards. It's a deeply personal journey of defining your own values and then building a life that actually honors them. Success is making your life what you want it to be.
Okay, so that's the philosophy, but how do you actually apply it? Well, it all starts with the first and most foundational strategy, unleashing the incredible power of goals. And this isn't just wishful thinking. It's a practical system for turning your future into a powerful magnet.
This is the line that Earl Schoaf said to Rohn that just stopped him in his tracks. When Rohn admitted he didn't have a list of his goals, Schoaf correctly guessed his tiny bank balance. He explained that just the act of having a written list of goals would drastically change his financial situation. And this really illustrates the core idea here. A vague future has no power, but a vivid, well-defined future, that creates a powerful force. The more detail, the more clarity, the more emotion you pour into your goals, the stronger their pull becomes, guiding your actions and your decisions every single day. So Rohn laid out a simple but really powerful method for this. First, you brainstorm everything you want. Don't filter yourself, just write it all down. Then you assign time frames to create some balance.
Next, you prioritize, picking the most important ones. And finally, and this is the most critical step, you explain why you want it. The why is the fuel. Without strong reasons, the answers and the methods will never show up.
Okay, so goal setting is the engine, but it's just one piece of a much bigger system. Now let's pull back and look at the full 7-part blueprint for success.
Here they are, the 7 core strategies. We've already covered number 1, unleash the power of goals. Number 2 is seek knowledge, because you simply can't grow on what you don't know. 3 is learn how to change, which is all about the vital work of personal development. 4, control your finances, mastering that simple 70-30 rule of spending, saving, and investing. 5 is to master time, because you either manage your day or it will manage you. 6, surround yourself with winners, because you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. And finally, number 7, learn the art of living well, designing a lifestyle of joy and sophistication, not just accumulation. You can see how each one builds on the last to create a truly complete philosophy for life.
All right, now we've come to what I believe is the most profound insight in Rohn's entire philosophy. It completely reframes the purpose of setting goals and striving for success. See, it's not about what you get, it's about who you become. This right here is the ultimate payoff. The value of becoming a millionaire isn't the $1 million. It's the skills, the knowledge, the discipline, and the leadership you have to develop to attract that kind of success. The stuff you acquire is secondary. The person you become in the process is the real treasure. Your income will rarely exceed your personal development. And so, we'll end with the same question that Rohn leaves us with. It's a question for you to take away and really think about. Don't just think about what you want to have. Think about the skills you need to learn, the character you need to build, and the person you must grow into to make those dreams a reality. Because that journey of personal growth, well, that is the real reward.
Subscribe to the Book Breakdown for more powerful book summaries that can change the way you think.